Grant asked about the changes that you see take place in art, and I don't think we answered it in terms of what you see from the youth. Let's say when you first went to New York, the kind of, maybe it was abstract expressions that was in everybody's studio, and you go through the hard edge of pop.
Well, that wasn't when I went to New York. It wasn't abstract expression then, because this was in the 30s. And I suppose if there was a movement at that time, it was likely the ash can painters. And my first show in New York, I'm certainly never going to do it, but I do know, I mean, go back and dig it up, these reviews, because I was never historically aware or conscious that you should save every little thing, you know. Oh, this was a nice review, and just throw the paper away. I don't have those, but they must be. There were 3 or 4 papers comparable to the New York Times then. There was the Sun, the Tribune, and I don't know what else. And I got maybe 2 columns this long with 2 or 3 reproductions from all of the critics. That's the first show, 1940. And they say, powerful equipment, and we'll never have enough artists like this, and that sort of thing. But you know, as my work became more abstract, more serious, more deeply involved, reviews got shorter and shorter, so they almost, and Smith also ran. But you see, all of the historians and critics are not brilliant minds. And they're too lazy or too stupid to develop a vocabulary from something that they barely understand. They belong with my dear little niece, Leona Welsh.
I don't want to think of it. I just, that's the kind of person.
But what if I had spent my life only painting for people like Leona Welsh? Where in the hell would I have been?
Still painting cement, right?
Yeah, hell of a long time ago.
How much, you're talking about, you bounced off of some of the other artists. I know when you were here last time, I just mentioned Louise Nelson. That's my wife's favorite. And we had a affectionate name for her, I think is what they call it. But she said, oh yeah, I see her every now and then. She's across the way or something like that. How often you just, like Grant and I, maybe sit down and talk, we don't talk about work very often, we try to talk about what we're doing teaching as far as artwork, sometimes we will talk about it. The theory that you're working at this time and the image that you're working with, we have exchange, and then, or is it just something that you say, well, I know that he's over here doing this thing, it doesn't do any good to talk and exchange that way. I've got to talk about the weather and something different.
You mean Louise?
Well, anybody.
I don't see Louise much anymore. Wonderful woman, great mind, great intellect. She speaks very intelligently. She stood on the panels of discussion, or by herself, or anyway. I don't enjoy being with Louise so much anymore, because Louise is interested in Louise only, and she speaks about Louise, and many of the stories I have known and heard for years and many times. And Louise is a person who thrives on fame and notoriety and putting on a show, an exhibition. I don't mean the painting.
She's on a show.
And she said, and then I had to come back to Dallas and put on a performance. She goes, put on a performance there. She likes putting on a performance. Well, I'm just the opposite of that, and it's certainly be untruthful if I said that I'm not interested in fame. I'm interested in it from another point of view, another reason. Fame is only like a thermometer, in a sense. To a small degree, it shows you how far you have come, or something like that. But to thrive on it and to use it as part of my diet, you know, I think it ruins, it interferes with creativity. I think it did with Louise. I think Louise reached a certain point where she started repeating herself. I think maybe up until the last year or so, I think Bill de Kooning sort of copied himself, repeated himself for 20 years.